Yeah, when I was watching a film called Sexy Beast last night, and they say it's a little bit about Mickey Green's life, and Ray Winston played the part, didn't he? I thought it was a good film, mate. It was a funny film, yeah. And Mickey Green, when I was in Chelmsford Prison with him, he was such a nice guy, man. He was such a nice guy. He had a few little fights in there, but not many fights. It wasn't into that fighting game. I mean, Tony Edlin together. Tony would have a fight if they put it on Mickey, but it was nasty as well. Don't worry about that. They didn't muck about it because there were pots and pans. they was all, they was always in the kitchen. They was Tony Edlin was always in the kitchen cooking, mate. And Mickey Green, I was Mickey Green was the worst kaluki and poker player I've ever seen in my life. He betted big money, yeah, big money, And in prison, I'm on about when they say big money, it was all done on bits of paper and all that, you know what I mean? And cards, and put them across and like 100 quid and 50 quid, and in them days it was a lot of money, a lot of money passed over 76, you know what I mean? It's a lot of money. 70, end of 76, 77, there was when I went there, but as I say, they used to play poker every day. Every day. I'll tell you what, a very good player at Kaluki and poker was Ronnie Bender. Yeah, Ronnie Bender was a good player. And the old man Chibbs. The old man Chibbs, he was good at it as well, you know what I mean? I don't understand the game, Kaluki or poker. I'm not into that at all, but I would just sit there and watch it. And but I said Mickey Green ain't tight on all that. Tony used to come in with food, Tony Edlin, and ask me if I want something to eat. I go, yeah, go on then. And he'd come in with a nice bowl of food, like chicken or beef stew, or steak and kidney pies. Yeah, like proper cooks, mate. And Jimmy, the old man Tibbsy, used to look after Mickey Green. It cost him a few bob. Of course, it cost him a few bob, but he weren't skint, was he? Mickey Green was well. It was well. He had a right few bob. You know what I mean? But the only thing that upset me about Mickey Green is when him and Tony Edlin was very close in Chelmsford. I mean, you couldn't separate them. You know what I mean? They was right good pals. Yeah, together all the time, cooking all the time, and Mickey Green looked after Tony, but Tony looked after Mickey too. And when Tony got out, Mickey Green got out. Mickey Green just pushed Tony Edlin aside, and then Tony Edlin went to live in a caravan in the middle of the woods, middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like a recluse. It's a terrible thing, mate. Mickey Green shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have just pushed him aside like that. That really pissed me off. And when I used to see him in the Carlton Club with Jimmy Wilkinson and all that, and Brian Turner and Bertie Smalls and all that, all and Tony Edlin, a proper little firm. It was a proper little firm. You know what I mean? All bank robbers, all bank robbers have got plenty of money. You know what I mean? Mickey Green, he was a good, he was same. And then he got involved in other things, didn't he? And just never looked back, mate. Never looked back. He got absolutely millions, millions and millions of pounds. You know what I mean? And he was. He turned at the end of it. Mickey Green turned a little bit recluse. He locked up his place, big gates on it. Wouldn't let people in there. And that I don't know how he died. I'm not quite sure. I've not really checked it out, but it's a shame when you see them people. They're more or less the same age as me. You know what I mean? Maybe a couple of years older, yeah. But it's a shame. And Mickey Green, I've got to say, and Tony Edlin, very fit, mate. Very fit people. I mean, they used to play badminton a lot. I'll tell you, he was a good player. The old man Tibbs, good player, mate, at badminton. Ronnie Malloy, he was the business. Ronnie Malloy made me laugh, yeah, because Ronnie Malloy used to come in every day into the kitchen. Every day he was in the pantry. He used to walk out with so much gear down his front, It's unbelievable. And the screws, because the screws were getting their bits and pieces of it, Tony, because Ronnie Malloy was in charge of the pantry and he knew how to fiddle it, so he'd look after the screws as well, yeah? But he used to come out every day. Keiko, tea, coffee, milk, everything, every biscuits, cake, everything. And he's like, Jimmy Tibbs, the old man Tibbs would come out with the meat. Ronnie Malloy would come out of all the rest of the gear. And they was listen, it wasn't about money. They didn't need money, mate. They didn't need money. They just wanted to eat properly. You know, they ate properly. They had good food. You know, and in prison, food is 99.9% of prison. You know, if you ain't getting good food, mate, it's hard work for you, you know. And that's why I got into the kitchen. I always worked in the kitchens, you know what I mean? Even if I can't get food out, I always eat well in there, you know. And the old man Tibbs used to look after me with meat and all that, you know. He was good to me, the old man Tibbs. Ronnie Malloy was a bit hard work trying to get tea off him and coffee and chocolate and all that sort of things. But at the end of the day, he used to look after him because I used to bully him a little bit, you know what I mean? Not physically, you know, but yeah, me, Peter Lyons, used to bully him. Peter used to get what he liked, Peter Lyons. I mean, he was on the coppers. So Ronnie Malloy would always want things off of Peter. Peter would go into Ronnie Malloy and get stuff because of the coppers. He needed stuff off him, and they'd work together. You know, cut this, cut that, cut this. I mean, people in Chelmsford Prison like wouldn't get what they're supposed to get. You know what I mean? Because most of it come out down Ronnie Malloy's front and Jimmy Tibbs' front. The meat, so like it was all cut short. You know what I mean? I know. If you're going to be anywhere in prison with people, you've got to be with people like that. Micky Green, you know, and Tony Edlin, Ronnie Malloy. Ronnie Malloy is a diamond guy, mate. He's not a lot of people talk about him, Ronnie Malloy, but he was a diamond guy. He was involved with the big silver bullion raid. You know, he had plenty of money, mate, and he was a nice guy. You know. Kept himself really fit, always running, always playing badminton, him and the old man Tibbsy, always playing badminton, Micky Green always playing badminton, Tony Edlin always playing badminton. I hated that game. I hated it, mate. I hated that game so much. It's too quick, too fast for me. I was big, I couldn't move, they smashed me to pieces, you know what I mean? I couldn't get 1 point. Useless, you know what I mean? Serve, I was strong at serve, but that's about it. They just make me run everywhere and I'd be knackered, yeah. But yeah, I loved that. I loved Chelmsford Prison, mate, and the people that was in it, and they looked after me. And anyway, bang, bang, roll, nice one.